Alright, what's up guys? So, Hot T has uploaded a video titled Inside the Vlog Squad's Collapse, where every Vlog Squad member is today. Yeah, man, because you don't really hear about them too much. I mean, yeah, David Dobrik, I know he's coming back, but it just seemed like that when the pandemic had happened, that's like when everything just kind of started, like, just falling apart and things. You had it where what was David's friend, the one that was he got like caught up with the like underage girl, but there was that. I feel like that key members was not there no more and things. Like it wasn't how Vlog Squad had started off. So yeah, you had it where Nick was gone, Alex was gone. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, it was, it just seemed like that it wasn't like how it was when it started. But then again, it's like, that it seems like it's usually like that with content creators or with anything, that when they start making enough money, the original formula is no longer there. They want to focus on where can my money lead me. So yeah, David on the thing is that, so I know he had to have been, because I know there were some days where I was making some money with SeatGeek. I know that with his thing that he got with SeatGeek, yeah, bro, this man, he can travel to, I'm trying to think, a whole new like galaxy if he wanted to, a whole new planet. It's like, yeah, he's like, all he just got to do is throw in that SeatGeek sponsor and he's there. So anyways, but no, let's go ahead and see what this video is gonna be about. Guys, make sure if you haven't, go support my friend's channel, Raven. Her name is Ray Remy, but this is her channel, Hot T. So yeah, show her the most amount of love and support, be greatly appreciated. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't noticed already, David Dobrik is pretty much back on YouTube. Now, for anyone who's asking, back from what? Well, he took a hiatus off of his over 18 million subscriber at the time YouTube channel in 2021 after a series of bad things started happening surrounding his vlogs and the Vlog Squad in 2017. The Vlog Squad are members of David's vlogs who would constantly appear as his group of friends doing skits and more to keep the vlogs interesting. So what happened after David went dark? Where are they now? But before we get into it, I just wanted to talk about today's collaboration, which is with Lamish Dermatology. I traveled all the way to South Korea to try out the skin clinic because it's where all the influencers that I've seen go to. The clinic was beautiful, it spanned across.
I'm like, to travel all the way to a completely different country to I don't know. Like that's one of those, but there's, I think, if it's like, okay, I guess like putting myself in that like mix, like what would lead me to travel to a different country, it'll probably be something like it, either sneakers or video games. I'm like, I think those would be like, yeah, if there is like, oh, I'm trying to think, like, yes, some like Koenigsegg wants to fly you out to Sweden to test drive a Koenigsegg, but to also like promote this racing game. 100% I would do that. I'm like, yeah, test drive a Koenigsegg. Yeah, yes, I'm definitely doing that. But then sneakers, I'm like, but everything, I feel like sneaker is like, or sneaker base is like out. It could be done out here. But I would travel. I would do some traveling, just but out of the country though, I don't know. I have to think about that. But anyways, back to her sponsorship.
Floors, and they took this picture of my face with fancy machinery that went like to the deepest layers of my skin, and it was crazy to see how terrible my skin was. But then I had a consultation with the doctor, and she came up with a specialized skin treatment for me. She didn't speak English, but I did have an interpreter in there with me the whole time, which was great. I felt very at ease. So I ended up getting an XLV laser, which helped zap away all of those spider veins, and it's also good for fine lines and pigmentation. I then got Althera in my double chin, which is why I have such a snatched jaw right now. And then I got skin Botox, which helps minimize your pores. It's not the same thing as regular Botox, so it doesn't like freeze your face. I just feel like I have such clear skin now, and this is what it looks like 2 weeks later. I did look a little crazy for like 48 hours after it, so if you
that's usually, I don't pay attention to that, like that scenery, like I should. Because I guess like I could like say some things if I wanted to, so but that's I'm like I don't know too much about that environment, so that's why I'm like it's one of those things I just avoid. But from like time to time where I do like see anything where it has to like do with like skincare routines and treatments and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like it's if depending on what you use and what you do, yeah, at first it may look like you just ran like 500 miles from like from one state to another state, no water and things, like no food, nothing, like just you just out there running. Like yeah, you look like you have been through a couple of wars, or maybe 5, maybe 10 wars or something. But yeah, overall though, it does like once it settles in, that's when it's like okay, like now you're looking like oh okay, like you see like a picture and it's like oh yeah, I want that and things. But yeah, at first it may not look like that. You may look like you win a couple of rounds with Mike Tyson, but it's cool though. It's cool. Eventually it gets there.
Travel to Seoul for this treatment, take that into consideration. But I highly recommend this clinic if you are going to be traveling in South Korea for any skin treatments. Lemish Dermatology, thank you so much. And yeah, now you can move on to the video. Let's start off with what I think is the most drastic change, Big Nick.
Yeah.
So a little bit of background, Nick was kind of a core addition to the Vlog Squad whenever he joined after he was already a pretty popular Viner. Now, in 2021, Nick went on the H3 podcast and talked about his experience on the Vlog Squad being mocked for his height and his disabilities. He said that he felt like a punching bag due to his dwarfism. And so now where is he? So Nick has like pivoted in the most unexpected direction of any of them, I would say. First of all, he goes by Nick Kiswani now, not Big Nick, and well, let him say it himself.
For me, to be honest, making this video is very painful. No, this is not clickbait. I'm starting over. The Lord confirmed with me that he wants me to make a new channel for my Christian content. I built this channel, Big Nick, off of secular comedy videos, and the altar in which I built this channel for was not dedicated towards God. I got saved in 2020 and became a born-again believer, following Jesus Christ with all my heart, mind, and soul. It's been an amazing past 3 years following Jesus, but it comes with sacrifice. So today I'm officially announcing that I will not be posting videos on this channel anymore.
So yeah, Big Nick makes Christian and gospel music now, and it's doing okay. His most viewed song has over 100,000 views, so he's definitely getting there. Alright, next we're gonna go...
I mean, I've seen it before where people, they go through like a religious journey and stuff. I would say that I'm in a way going through like I'm just reading the Bible more, so I don't really know at the end of the day like where it's going to lead me. But yeah, it's like I'm just more so just trying to be like peaceful and things. I would have to say that's where my spiritual journey is at, because I would say that I was a peaceful person before. I don't know, like I just felt like picking up the Bible and reading, just wanted to like learn a little bit, and so, but yeah, there's at times though where I feel like that it really depends. And I'm not trying to like, I not judge or like criticize his spiritual journey. Like if he truly does mean that, then yeah, it's like peace and blessings to you. But if it's one of those things, I see it so often, it reminds me of this movie where it's not, they kind of touch on it a little bit, how the guy, it's this movie called Dead Presidents, but one of the cast members in there was like straight up crazy, like the man was insane. But it's about like these just friends where they end up, like, long story short, they end up getting into a world of trouble after they get out of the military. But one of the friends, he was crazy, like he was carrying this wasn't like based on a true story, it's a fictional movie, but it's one of those movies I grew up watching where I'm like, why was I watching this as a kid? Like, how was I allowed to watch this? But the character that went on he became a pastor, or like it was like pastor, preacher and things. But anyways, he ended up becoming I'm just gonna say preacher. But when they show him early on in the movie, I mean, bro was cutting up. Like, he was carrying a man's head, like, for a little bit throughout the movie and stuff. And so, like, the other friends and stuff told him, like, hey, you need to go bury that head. But it was an actual person's head. Like, he was sitting there looking at it and stuff. And I'm like, what is his problem? That man's crazy. But then he gets out of the military, then he ends up. So I just think that, at times, I feel like that it may help people where it's like it kind of takes their mind off of what their life used to be like. So that's why I'm like, anytime when I hear stuff like that, I always think of that movie, because there was another content creator. It was that boot gang guy. I think he went on like some spiritual journey and stuff. So yeah, you see where it happens from time to time. But I mean, if they truly do mean that stuff, then okay, cool. But if they don't, then it's like, bro, don't play with God like that. Like, if you really try to be on the spiritual journey, you gotta be on it. But anyway,
the most controversial and probably most disliked member of the Vlog Squad, and for good reason, Dirty Dom.
Yep, that guy.
It all started going downhill after there were allegations of SA by an ex-fan named Allie. She was invited to the Vlog Squad to hang out, and Dom was inappropriately touching her and humping her, and she asked him to stop. These allegations weren't directed to David, but he facilitated the environment where it happened and then didn't address it. This was then followed in 2018 when even worse accusations of SA came out by a previous fan, Gabriella, of the behind the scenes of a deleted vlog that David posted where her and her friends were invited to hang out with the Vlog Squad. The joke in the vlog was that a bunch of girls had come over to...
There's something that, I don't know if it'll be talked on with him, but I just remembered that there was after his whole situation, there was some content that he was uploading where I'm like, if it doesn't get talked about, if I remember to, I'll say it.
Dirty Dom's apartment to have a, quote, fivesome, which in reality was not the case, and it was just a bunch of fans going to David's house to meet them. So she later accused again Dirty Dom of pressuring her to drink until she agreed to sleep with him and then SAing her. She also said that she gave consent to him to record a video of her on the condition that it wasn't shared, and he did indeed share it with the group chat.
Wow.
After that, Dom was demonetized, and we haven't heard pretty much from him since. Not that we want to. So where is he now? Well, he has a THC business called Gassy. I know, the entire page is outdated looking Twitter memes, but I guess it's working for him. He makes pretty cringe skits like this.
Gotta call all the girls I got pregnant to congratulate them with Mother's Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a few kids,
That's lovely.
Yeah, I've been swinging my thing around, Father's Day, they all call me, you know what I'm saying?
You got a favorite?
Yeah, this one girl,
I was talking about your kids, we got the girls.
And pretty much promotes e-commerce marketing. I don't really see any ties to David or any Vlog Squad members anymore, which makes sense. David pretty much cut all ties with him while all of this was going down. I'm not sure if they were just slowly falling apart or if this had a reason to why David cut him off. And next, someone who is also controversial but in a totally different way.
So there's a screenshot of like a video that he did where he made it seem like that he was a like an Amazon employee driver. I don't remember the whole like skit and things that he was doing, but overall it was a fake video. I thought that he actually did become an Amazon driver, and I was like, wow, like dang. But yeah, it turns out, and I think it was like people in the comments that pointed it out. They was all like, if you look at his like shirt or something like that, like it doesn't have like the Amazon tagging or something, or it doesn't look like the legitimate Amazon jackets and stuff. So yeah, he was like faking videos for a little bit. I remember seeing it a while, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And I think I had talked about it. I felt like there was a brief moment where I had talked about it, but anyway.
Jeff Wittick. So Jeff was a huge part of the Vlog Squad and was very good friends with David when he was in the vlogs, but an incident in 2020 shook things up. I will say that after all of the Dirty Dom allegations, Jeff made a whole video recusing himself of any responsibility in a video called My Truth, where he attempted to distance himself from the Business Insider article that exposed Dom and claims that he bought drinks for the underage girls. He denied this, citing that Trisha is the only one who remembers him specifically bringing the drinks when everyone else remembers it was Todd. So maybe the signs were there already, I don't know. But anyway, in 2020, David is making a comeback video. He brings all of his friends out and they're doing some stunts. First, they do skydiving, which goes well. And next, he takes them out to a shallow lake and has this idea for them to hold on to an excavator as it spins them around above the water.
And that's why I don't know if Jeff, if he wanted it to go faster, it shouldn't have went faster. Like if you go back and watch that video, it seemed like everybody was going to normal speed. Then when it got to Jeff, then that's why I feel like that he slammed into that excavator so hard and messed his eye up. I think if he had been going like slower like how everybody else was, if anything's yeah, scratches and bruises, like, but it wouldn't be no like the thing where he's going on like these hospital journeys and stuff trying to fix his eyesight and things. So yeah, if anything, see, all he had just had to do was just go to Target and get him some icy hot probably. So but yeah, that I just think that, you know, it's stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, that peer pressure, all that, because yeah, there's been times where I'm like, you know, my friends, they've tried to peer pressure me into stuff, and I'm like, hey, look, I'm like, I will cut you off before you peer pressure me into something that I don't feel comfortable doing. That ain't gonna happen with me. So I'm like, yeah, you could go out and do it. And yeah, that like, and then there's, you know, what's crazy is that like, there's been times like they peer pressure me into stuff like, oh yeah, go ride this dirt bike. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I like, you know, being able to stand and not be in pain and stuff, because I know what I'm capable of on the dirt bike, and I know I could go flying off of a dirt bike. Why would I want that when I want to go home after this? So I'm like, nah, you guys. Then, like, sure enough, I'm like, there's that one friend come back, grass stains all on his side. I was like, no, that was like, that is on some real life stuff. There was a time where it was a friend of mine, he came back. They always like want to get me on the dirt bike, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm like, if it's a scooter, yeah, sure. But if it's a dirt bike, the thing can go fast. I don't like, you know, going fast when I don't need to and things. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. So yeah, friend comes back, grass stain all over him, has a big old hole in the side of his leg, I guess from, I don't know if he hit a rock or a stick or something, but yeah, messed his leg up and things, you know. So yeah, it was one of those things where I'm like, and you see why why I'm still intact, because I don't be doing stuff, you know, where it's going to involve me putting my body at risk. So anyway,
Very short, Jeff got life-altering injuries to his eye and skull that still caused him pain and required him to do more and more expensive surgeries. After this, many expected David, the person who was at fault and also the man who gives cars to literal strangers, to pay for Jeff's surgeries, but that wasn't the case. David would make little comments to shift responsibility onto Jeff and to indicate that this was all Jeff's idea and this wasn't David's fault that Jeff got these injuries. And so, to clear his name, Jeff released a documentary. Soon, David releases a regular vlog on YouTube that Jeff wasn't in, and he didn't address a single thing. Jeff started noticing over time that he didn't get any texts or check-ins from David, and he mentioned this on Patreon, which his fans leaked. Next, he came out with a podcast episode called Dear David, where he spilled all the tea.
But we're back, and I want to just talk about some stuff. I want to get through some points because I've been protecting this guy for so long, and there's so much more to the story than just him not texting me for a week after I had such a drastic surgery where I could have been blind. But I just didn't plan on that getting ripped, because on Patreon we have that audience of maybe 100 people in a live stream where I feel like I could just talk more freely. It felt really good to get that off my chest. It felt good to get that out there. It felt good to hit that unfollow button. You know, I woke up from surgery, and a day goes by, no text from him. Another day goes by, no text. I look at his Instagram, because it's the first one that always fucking pops up, his algorithm or whatever, and it's just him like, oh, I'm so happy with my life right now, my vlogs and everything. And be like, hey, did you go blind or not from my actions? I just want to fucking tell the truth finally. Like, I gave this motherfucker so many chances. Even now, a week later, I still haven't heard a peep. I've been posting shit on Instagram because it feels good. Because you fucked me so bad mentally and physically that, yeah, this is how I cope now.
He goes on to say David also didn't pay his medical bills as promised. Unfortunately, that still reigns true until today. They aren't on speaking terms at all, which honestly is extremely sad because David is still rich and still makes so much money and could easily just do the right thing. Plus, it seems like all the people Jeff was friends with.
And again, talking on that SeatGeek stuff, you know, like, as you guys can see, I'm also partnered with SeatGeek. And there's been times where I'm like, bro, if I'm making this type of money with SeatGeek, David Dobrik must be like, I don't know, freaking Bill Gates or Elon Musk, like somebody. Like, what? I'm like, fam, because that's like, I just remember like when I had very first started partnering with SeatGeek and I was making some money, I'm like, dang, you know, this is how it works. I'm like, man, you know, I feel like I should get in David Dobrik's circle so I could just, you know, just kind of just being nosy, just wanting to know and things. But it's like, that's the thing. I don't need to just watch his vlogs, and he's all like on like some Oprah Winfrey stuff where he's like, you get a car, you get a car, you. So it's like, yeah, bro, it's one of those things where, yeah, he definitely could have paid for the medical bills, you know, even if and let's just say it was on some stuff where Jeff, he did say like, oh, like, yeah, go faster, and if somehow some way it is his fault, still I'm like, I was the one controlling it. I have to pay your medical bills. Even if it was on some stuff where he's all like, no, I'm not, like, I'm like, dude, do you want me to punch you in the other eye? I'm paying your medical bills. You're not going to stop me from being. I think I would be one of those friends where it's like I would be overly nice to the point where he would be cutting me off for being overly nice, because I'm like, nah, man, I can't. I'm like, I'm fixing your eye. We're getting you a whole new eye, whether it's from a cow, a goat, or a hamster. We're getting you a new eye. I'm giving you a car. I'm giving you $1 million, a brand new house. You're getting your own planet. I'm like, nah, bro, we're rolling out the red carpet
And the
for you.
vlog squad kind of stayed loyal to David. My personal theory on this is that David just wants to avoid legal liability by even paying for Jeff's surgeries. It might, you know, show some sort of guilt on his part, which would make arguing his current legal battle with Jeff difficult. So then, in addition to the medical expenses that David would be paying, he might owe much greater damages for things like emotional suffering or pain and stuff like that, which could go into the tens of millions. So where is Jeff now? Jeff still has his podcast, Jeff FM, and his show, Jeff's Barbershop, has also grown and started selling products. And although he's still in pain and going through all these surgeries to this day, he isn't really wearing his eye patch and glasses anymore, and it looks like he's recovering. Next, we're going to be talking about the girlies. Now, the most significant popular female members of the vlog squad are Liza Koshy, Corinna Kopf, Carly and Santro, and Erin Guilfoyle. Now, Liza left way before any big controversies hit her, as David and her ended their relationship in 2014, so there's no point really getting into her, but she has been in a couple of movies since and seems to be doing well.
It was 20? No, I thought it was like maybe a year or two before the pandemic. I feel like because 24, nah, it couldn't have been no 2014.
Corinna has become an extremely popular OnlyFans model and Twitch streamer, and she's still technically
didn't she? Okay,
part of the vlog squad, and so not much to say about her. On the other hand, we have
I was gonna say, I just feels weird kind of pausing at moments like that, but anyways, but yeah, like I would have to say, like, would you just be scrolling through social media, and because I don't follow Corinna, or I think I had unfollowed a lot of those guys. I think I might still be following Jeff. I don't know. I remember there's at times where I go through unfollowing sprees, but no, like, you'll see at times like where it's like, oh, this person made this money, this amount of money from OnlyFans, or this person, and then when it gets to Corinna, it's like, yeah, she's like off up in the millions. I'm like, dang, it's just, wow, all right. So I mean, I guess, yeah, you know, get your bag and things, you know. But yeah, it's like I hear stuff like that. I'm like, man, it's a wild world that we live in. But I guess like I don't know. I don't know if it's like if OnlyFans is built like how like YouTube, where it has like a subscribe. Well, I imagine that it is in a way where it's like built around like that subscriber, you know, situation and things. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's it's weird. It's weird how OnlyFans, how that stuff is up. Because see, here's the thing, I'm not trying to say anything that's offensive, but at the same time, I'm like, I guess, yeah, well, I can't say like now I'm not really a vlog squad. Like I think he's uploaded a couple of vlogs. I haven't watched them, so I wasn't like as eager to watch them like how I was before. But yeah, it's like before, even, you know, like I guess when that stuff was coming up, Corinna and all that, with OnlyFans and all that, I just don't see like what's the point. You know, it's like I just, because that's the thing where it's like it's just I don't know, like I'm trying to like keep backtracking of like, okay, if I say that, this gonna come off as offensive or it's gonna be rude or something. I'm gonna just leave it at this. I don't see what the big idea is. Maybe I'm missing something, but at the same, because I'm like, fam, I don't, because I think it was, who was it, Bella Thorne, wasn't it her that was charging like $500 or something for like what, it was like a thumbs up. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying money for something where it's just like, it just seems like it would be pointless and things. So not trying to disrespect her business. I mean, at the end of the day, she's making more than I am. So yeah, it's like I can't like overly criticize it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you won't. If there's, my thing is this: if there's a toss up between spending $200 on a pair of Jordans, or on a video game, or on an outfit, or to invest in some small business, or subscribe to Karina's OnlyFans, yeah, I'm going to go broke doing all the other things. But Karina's OnlyFans, I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'm like, she's a yeah, she's a beautiful woman. I'm like, don't get me wrong, but it's just, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, no, I'm okay. It's like I just don't see the point and stuff. But anyways, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather subscribe to Netflix or something. At least then it's like, I'm getting I'm getting entertainment and stuff. I just don't. If you're into that type of stuff, like OnlyFans and all that, you go right ahead and be into it. Because I just say that because I just feel like somebody would be like, oh, how dare you say OnlyFans is not. I'm not going to be arguing with people about OnlyFans being entertaining or not. That is an argument that I'm staying far away from. So we ain't gonna be doing that. That is a waste of time. So
Carly and Aaron,
just my own personal
who were
opinion.
very much known as a pair, kind of like another pair, Zayn and Heath, who we'll touch on later. They had a podcast while being in the vlogs, and that hasn't changed. In fact, their podcast, Only Friends, has grown more than ever. After all of the drama started taking place, they took a massive step back from the vlog squad. In 2023, Jason made a video surprising David with Carly and Aaron, where they say that they haven't seen him since 2021, i.e. when all the drama broke out. And Jason says in the video,
today we're going to surprise him with you guys.
Did he cry?
I think he's going to be very, very happy, actually. He always talks about you guys. He always gets sad. He goes, those guys are good vibes.
since a few months ago, they do post a few vlogs here and there, but are mostly focused on their joint podcast and another podcast that they have with another former Vlog Squad member, Matt King, called Good Influences.
Yeah.
I also remember that a few years back, they cut ties with Zayn and Heath because they didn't show up to Aaron's wedding because they didn't want to get vaccinated for COVID, which was a requirement for attendance at the time. Next, we have Todd.
That's wow. I mean, like at the time being, I remember there was a couple of friends of mine. They got married during the pandemic, like when it was like at its prime and stuff. And yeah, they didn't have like no requirements like that. But I mean, the thing is that with me, I was in a bad mental spot, so that's why I was like, I just don't think it would be best for me to show up because I feel like that I'm going to be down most of the time. Like, so yeah, it's like I just thought like, okay, like let me just kind of distance. Like, yeah, I was going through some stuff, for a few years, like for like 2020, probably like 2023 and stuff. But yeah, it was just something where I felt like it was best for me to just kind of distance myself. But I mean, I think mentally, if I was in the right place and stuff, I'm like, fam, if I gotta wear a hazmat suit, I'm showing up to your wedding. I'm like, yeah, that's one of those things. I'm like, nah, but it's like, yeah, to get vaccinated. And yeah, I did. I guess like for somebody that didn't get vaccinated, and you're all like, what was it like? Because yeah, I did get it was, I think, what was it, 2021? I think it was 2021, 2022. But yeah, I did get some. I think it might have been 2021. But anyways. Because I was like, I ended up getting COVID that very next year and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like the first shot's okay. Second shot, like, yeah, I felt a little sick, but it wasn't nothing like how COVID was. COVID, I was like, okay, I'm like, it's going to be at either sundown or at some point in time tonight. I'm turning into a zombie. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, COVID had me, like, it really had me feeling like, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm turning into a zombie, pretty much. Like, Rick and Daryl, they gonna have to take me out, cause I'm like, man, I'm like, it was scary. I'm gonna tell you that. And then the second time around last year, I got it. And yeah, man, it was scary. Like, dude, you waking up and then it's like, it and stuff. Yeah, it's a scary feeling. But anyway,
Smith and Scotty Sire. So both of these guys were like proper OG members of the Vlog Squad and were there since the earliest days. During all of the SA allegations, Scotty even defended David online and tried to make a video like vouching for him. But anyway, so after that happened in 2021, I wouldn't say that Scott really isolated himself from David, but kind of did take a step back from the internet in general. He kept up his vlogging and doing his music videos and was focused on his rehab journey, vaguely appearing in David's Snapchat stories every once in a while. Now he's pretty much doing the same thing. About a year ago, he made a video called Vlog Squad Wedding, where their mutual friend Joe was getting married. David, Jason, and some other members were there, so I think it's safe to say that he's cool with all of them. Speaking of Todd, his story is very similar, where he also kind of went dark when everyone else did, and right now he's mostly active on Instagram. He owns a clothing brand named Gothic Mochas, and he's really into fitness. Unlike Scotty though, he isn't so huge on YouTube anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, he still has over 1 million subscribers, but he isn't super dedicated and doesn't have a consistent posting.
It seemed like that's how it is though with YouTube groups. When there's that famous one, everybody goes to the famous one and watch. So you like that was one thing I do remember, but that's just something that I've known over the years where, like, for an example, so because, like, you know, speaking of gaming and stuff, there's this gaming group where it's surrounded by this YouTuber named Vanoss Gaming, and when you look at like everybody else with their subscribers and their views compared to his, he's the biggest one of the group. So that's why you hear when people they're like, oh yeah, Vanoss's crew, you know, yeah, it's like it's like he's the biggest of them all. So that's how it is with David. But yeah, there's always that one where it's like you'll watch their videos. I guess like if there's like if if he has David in his videos talking on Todd, yeah, people will watch those. But if it's just like him just doing his own stuff, I guarantee and I promise you'll find some comments talking about, oh, where's David at? Or just be like David Dobrik related comments. So it's messed up, but yeah, that's how it is. That's why it's like, you know, my advice to any content creators out there, you know, pave your way as a content creator. You know, don't rely on other people, because then that's, you know, that's gonna be the only conversation and stuff is focused on whoever it was that brought you up. So yeah, I guess, like, you know, accept the shout outs and all that stuff. But yeah, you know, you gotta pave your own way. Like, I've gotten my shout outs over the years, but yeah, it's like I'm like, okay, I have to maintain the audience on my own content and stuff. So anyway.
His last video was of Heath's bachelor party several months ago. Bringing us to last but not least, Heath and Zayn. So like I mentioned, these two were kind of remembered in a pair because of their unique dynamic. I'm pretty sure they had already started a podcast while they were still a part of the Vlog Squad, so when everyone went dark, they kind of transitioned to that full time. They are both still very much friends with David being present at Heath's wedding, whereas people like Big Nick, Dom, and Jeff were not. Heath and Zayn have a very successful podcast called Zayn and Heath Unfiltered. I think compared to all the other post-Vlog Squad podcasts, it's the most popular podcast with over 1 million YouTube subscribers alone. They also have another podcast with Alicia Murray and Remy Ashton called Basically Unfiltered, and that's going really well as well. So guys, that has been an update to do with everyone in the Vlog Squad except David, of course. David is back on posting on YouTube and has been surviving on Snapchat, pretty much pretending like nothing happened. So we will have to keep an eye on that. Are there any other old groups or YouTubers that you would want me to dive into that used to be popular on YouTube? Or are there any YouTubers that you would like to see an update on? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new tea spills from us. And for now, here is some eye bleach.
You can't go wrong with puppies. So that's one thing. I'll be on social, like scrolling through social media and just see a bunch of like different, just random stuff. As soon as I see a dog video, I'm like, man, I don't care. I'm like, I gotta watch it and stuff. So, but yeah, I feel like I feel like she was considered a member of Vlog Squad, like maybe like in the earlier years, but Gabby, there was like she originally was like the Gabby Hannah or the Gabby Show, and then she changed their name to Gabby Hannah. But I remember, who was it that she got in? Was it Rice Gum? I think it was Rice Gum. Like I think, hold on for a second, because I was like, who did Gabby Hannah beef with on YouTube? I feel like it was Rice Gum, but I could be wrong. The Rice, no, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. Oh yeah, there was like, I remember, I think it was Jesse Smiles. That was like from like back in the Vine days. Jesse Smiles, like it was like some not with Jesse Smiles, but she there was like, I think it was her ex, and I think like Gabby was still cool with the ex, but the ex was like doing some foul stuff. And yeah, there it goes. I was like, yeah, so it was Rice Gum that she got into it with and things. But yeah, that was like, that's somebody where I'm like, what is, yeah, let's see what she's up to, because I'm like, yeah, she's somebody where I'm like, did she go on a spiritual journey too? I feel like she did. Hold on, let's open up. Cause she did a video 10 months ago. It was like a long overdue apology. But yeah, there was like, she did, I think she was going on a spiritual journey herself. Let's see what she got going on Instagram. She posted, oh, is it like a relation? I think she got like a relationship account. But anyways, yeah, last time she posted on Instagram was back in April. And TikTok's been acting weird for some reason, but let's see, April, yeah, so she hasn't really been doing a whole lot, but there might be some other members too, I feel like, that we might be forgetting and things. But yeah, I was like, Gabby, I feel like she was somebody where she was featured a lot in the videos and stuff. But anyways, yeah, shout out to Hot T. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to her, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.